Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. So we got Dragon Ball Super, another episode, episode 72. Now, even though it turns out to be a complete farce with Goku and Hit and the assassination order, we do get a lot more stuff about Hit and I guess his new techniques. What and in a way, I'm kind of glad this got resolved because we've got the upcoming tournament next year. I think next week we're going into a pretty much a Great Saiyaman movie. So after that, we'll probably get some hints about a tournament. So that being said, uh, again, it was pretty much a complete curveball on the way of thinking that somebody did hire um, Hit to assassinate Goku, only to train Goku, which I kind of had in the back of my mind because why would Hit all of a sudden try and kill Goku? It doesn't make sense, especially before the upcoming tournament. So I thought there's spirits behind this because we did. I thought it was a new God of Destruction for some reason, but I guess that's not the case. But what we do get is a clarification of who put him up to it. In this case, it was himself, but uh, the whole setup to try and train Goku. My first thought is why did Vados try to help Whizat because they're going to butt heads at the upcoming tournament. So I guess that may be a way of returning the favor because remember Beerus used the wish to restore the Earth on Universe 6, so that could be the case. Another thing too, this totally confirms the fact we are going to get a Hit versus Goku, a rematch, a proper rematch from in the upcoming Survival Universe tournament. I really believe that's going to be a thing. Again, I don't know what the stakes are going to be. Maybe whichever universe loses in the tournament gets destroyed. It goes with the title, so I'm assuming. Plus, I know we're going to introduce the other 10 gods that we haven't seen yet, on top of the Super Armor King. I have heard about stuff like that, but I'm just waiting to. I'm not checking out any trailers until we get the episodes because I want to see what happens from here on in. Uh, Again, we do get to learn a lot more about Hit and his techniques. So let's start off at the beginning with Piccolo trying to revive Goku in the same way trying to revive Gohan when Frieza killed him. But obviously that didn't work. But now we know why Goku threw that key energy blast. It was to revive himself. So that was quick thinking on part of Goku. Um, and actually, he seems a lot more calm and relaxed than he did in the previous episode. And actually, at the beginning part of the episode when Goku was revived and he sensed that Hit was back, um, he kind of lured him away. He did it on purpose so he could draw Hit out, but he also did it so he could actually fight him. That was the whole point of this farce in the first place, so he can fight Hit on a one-on-one fight. Because remember, they come. Actually, now I think about it, that may have been foreshadowing for a rematch, but the fact I don't know if they're going to be using the killing rule in the tournament. So if he did this to try and get Hit at his best, and that's one way of getting a rematch, I suppose. But even then, it's like Hit's obviously holding back, and Goku's sensing this. But Goku's observation, I guess what a lot of people will call it observation hockey, trying to sense what's around him. First of all, he's a lot better at sensing Hit's presence. I think that's a good indication of Goku's progress because it's not only his physical abilities that's increasing, it's also his mental. So that's going to be essential in the tournament. So Goku's already climbed. When it comes to like power scaling, Goku's kind of already climbed that in the previous arc with the Return of Future Trunks against Goku Black. I think if anything, that was indicative of how Goku could control his ki even better than what it. Because remember, that's how Goku Black managed to get Super Saiyan Rose. It's just another version of it. So I really think this is a way of building up Goku. And even Vegeta at the end is kind of pissed off because he kind of he noticed the fact that he was kind of enjoying sparring with Hit than he did with Vegeta. So there's some sort of jealousy there. Okay, so according to Vados and the explanation she gives about Hit's abilities, what she actually says, he's not actually stopping time. What he's doing is actually skipping time. Once
skipping that time, he's actually storing it. When he stores it, at that point, he can actually, the way it seems like that, he can actually shift into a parallel world, into a separate space. It kind of reminds me of Toby from Naruto. He can freely move around, and that's why he can't be seen or hit. That's the explanation given by Bardos. So, it's clear indication of what his ability.
An indication all the techniques that Hit has used. Yet he may have something that's up his sleeve because, like I said before, it kind of the way they kind of said, "I'll kill you another time." That's in the reference to another fight. I assume that's going to be at the tournament, so I'm assuming that's not the last of Hit's abilities. He's going to definitely improve, and obviously Goku's definitely going to improve because there has to be a rematch. Now, again, I don't know what the rules are going to be based on what the arc title is, Survival Universe Survival Arc. I'm assuming that there's going to be killing involved. I heard that's the case. In fact, I made a discussion about that, how we had to get a killing rule because there can't be any inconsistencies with the tournament. There's far too many in the Universe 6. As good as it was, there's still inconsistencies with the outcomes of some of the fights. So there can't be any of that because there's more than 2 teams in this. And odds are there's going to be more OP opponents than Hit. Okay, so now, by the way, Sharp acted like a doofus, not understanding what Bardo's explanation about Hit's abilities are. But to be honest, when I watched the episode, I was kind of in a loop. But then, as you go back, it's kind of obvious what he was trying to do. In fact, the glare that he gives you, when he eye starts glowing up, it kind of reminds me of Sasuke and Madara from Naruto. So there is some sort of similarities there. But that being said, this episode was kind of this 2-part episode was pretty much a way of testing Goku against Hit before the upcoming tournament. I don't know if that means they're going to have a serious fight at the tournament or not, but there was a reason for this. Other than trying to progress Goku, his observation skills were on point because he was able to send some clones in the middle of the woods. He did that on purpose to lure him out, and then he led to an even bigger place. The way he drew Hit him by using his Super Saiyan Blue Ki energy to use it as a flashlight, so Hit could deliberately see him. But we also come to find out what that technique he used to kill Goku in the previous episode. It was an invisible energy blast. Now, to me, that sounded kind of obvious. It seemed like a shockwave more than anything else. So yeah, an invisible energy wave kind of makes sense. And it also, however, it doesn't really do the justice of how much was Hit. I don't think he was holding back because actually Goku did something rather impressive. He broke through the time skip with his Kamehameha waves, so that was epic. So, so I guess it ends with a Goku win, if you want to call it that, because it was definitely progress from the earlier fight. He didn't even have to use his Kaioken for this one, so that's definitely signs of improve. Again, I don't know if Hit was holding back or not, because he was out. Well, the way that Bardos explains it, he's not an assassin. He was a martial artist. So maybe by the end, Hit's gonna have that characterization. He's not gonna become an assassin anymore. I do kind of feel bad for Goku. I should say for Gohan, Goten, and Piccolo. Goten was really distraught about it. So it's like you gotta probably should gonna beat him because the way it seemed at first, it seemed there was a serious tone to this arc. But when you get the reveal of Goku actually came up with the idea, he gave the idea to Whis, and then Whis told Bardos to hire Hit to come at him to kill. So Goku fight them all out. So that's pretty much what it was. But he kind of misled Piccolo and Goten and Gohan. So that to me. And then Chi-Chi came in at the end all pissed off about it. Said, who hired you to Hit to kill you? Was it Frost? And that's actually reference because that was brought up in the previous episode that Frost broke out of prison. So again, I think he's gonna show up at the tournament. He may show up with a different side. I don't know because I don't see him siding with the same team, at least with Hit because Hit took him out. So he was responsible for taking Hit in Frost into custody in the first place. So to me, yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen at the tournament. Again, if you see that promotional visual, we see it in the article when we got the news. It kind of looks like more than 5 people could be on a team, or it could be a case of more than 5 people on team, but 5 can fight 1 fight per round. At least that's if I had to put, because there's too many fighters. So to me, it's like it's got to be a. But the more fighters they have, the better chances they have, especially with the way that Majin Buu and Monarch ended up in the previous tournament. So that's actually kind of a smart move. But now the Hit and Goku stuff has been kind of resolved. Now we can move ahead. Once the Great Saiyaman movie, and that's going to be a gift for last, but because it is focusing on Gohan. But after that, we can focus on the tournament and get hyped. So that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video if you did. Appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Once again, Merry Christmas to all. Have a great day. Catch you guys later. Bye.